Ferocious Wraith.
What is up, everybody? My name is Ferocious Wraith, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we'll be discussing Mortal Kombat 12, specifically 10 guest characters who I'd like to see in Mortal Kombat 12. Now, for this list, there are no specific rules in place. Therefore, I could choose any type of character who I would like to see regardless of where they come from and the impact they would have on the Mortal Kombat universe. So, with that in mind, let's begin. Coming in at number 10, we have Alex Mercer from the Prototype franchise. Now, yeah, you might be thinking, Alex Mercer in Mortal Kombat? That's a little different, but hear me out. If you have ever played these games, you would know this character has some wickedly cool abilities, shape-shifting abilities, if you will, where he can turn his arms into blades, use tendrils, whip-like things, kind of like Venom, and he is absolutely brutal. So therefore, I believe he'd be a really cool and unconventional choice for Mortal Kombat. Besides, we don't really get enough video game guest characters in Mortal Kombat, do we? We're usually sticking to the movies, so how about show a little love for something like Prototype and use Alex Mercer. Coming in at number 9, we have Michael Myers from the Halloween movie franchise. Now, this one is one I think would be on a lot of people's lists. So, of course, I had to include him. He is a character who has barely missed out on all the other Mortal Kombat fun, starting with MK9 and upward. It's a bit surprising we haven't gotten Michael Myers yet, but maybe this will be his game, Mortal Kombat 12. This is a character who's known for using knives and other various kitchen tools, but he's ruthless, and perhaps something supernatural is about him. He's a character who is seemingly impervious to pain, or at least he shows no pain. So he would fit in quite nicely, of course, with Mortal Kombat. Coming in at number 8, we have King Shark from the DC Universe. King Shark is a character that is pretty self-explanatory. We have a giant shark-like man who can devour his opponents, eat them alive. And man, I think he'd be a very fun character for Mortal Kombat. So if we're going to have a DC character in here, who better than King Shark? Coming in at number 7, we have Gandalf the Grey, or Gandalf the White, from the Lord of the Rings franchise. Now, I think this one is very plausible, because if you know anything about where Mortal Kombat is currently held, I do believe that Lord of the Rings has a very good chance of being a crossover potential series for Mortal Kombat, and I think Gandalf has a lot of potential for his moveset, given the amount of magic he uses. He's got his staff, and sometimes he uses a sword. He could also ride on a horse and stuff like that. He has a lot of interesting abilities. Maybe he can even use his fireworks for a fatality or something. You know what I mean? So I'd definitely like to see Gandalf get a chance. Excuse me if I sound a little sick. I am a bit sick. But anyways, moving on to our next one, we have Freddy Krueger from the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Now, yes, we have seen this character once before, but this is my list. And personally, since I think even Ed himself said he would be open to seeing characters return from previous DLCs, I think that Freddy Krueger is much deserving of getting the return. And this time, I would sincerely hope that they use the groundwork from his previous films, not the crappy reboot. But please, use the likeness of the only Robert Englund, and use that properly, because while the Freddy Krueger we got in MK9 was cool, it didn't quite have the same effect because it was that crappy Jackie Earle Haley reboot. If they actually got our good old Robert Englund boy in there to voice him and use the likeness, that would be sick. And if we know Freddy right, he is the very first guest character in Mortal Kombat. So I think he most definitely deserves to come back. But for our next one, you cannot have Freddy without Jason Voorhees. That's right, we gotta bring him back too. In my opinion, Jason Voorhees is the best guest character we have ever gotten for Mortal Kombat. His gameplay is so fun, and he's perfect for Mortal Kombat. I think we could definitely work on his fatalities a bit, but he is just so menacing, so badass. And if we're gonna do Freddy Krueger, we gotta have Jason as well. But I think we could definitely use some different outfits from him too for this one. Maybe they could, that's one thing about guest characters, I'm gonna ramble a bit, is that they don't really have enough other alternate outfits, you know? It'd be cool if we actually saw some alternate outfits for Jason. But anyway, yes, we gotta finally have Freddy vs. Jason in a Mortal Kombat game. Next up, we have Venom from Marvel. And yes, this is where my list takes a funny turn, because Marvel in a Mortal Kombat game? We've never seen that before. But if there's one character I'd really like to see get the Mortal Kombat treatment, it'd be Venom. Because yes, you have so much potential with his moveset. And I think Eddie Brock, if gone full heel, would be very perfect for Mortal Kombat. You could do so many things. You could give him a Carnage alternate outfit as well. And God, just imagine seeing Venom mix it up with the likes of, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile, Melina. That'll be so fun. But yeah, Venom. Come on, let's get it. Venom. Alright. On our next one, a very, very unconventional, but very potentially cool guest character. We have Ganondorf from the Legend of Zelda series on Nintendo. Yes, another video game guest character, but come on. We would love to see Ganondorf in Mortal Kombat. I don't think anybody's really thought of this, but Ganondorf would be wicked in Mortal Kombat, and he would fit in so freaking well. God, just imagine his Warlock abilities, mixing it up with everybody. His Beast Ganon form, Calamity Ganon, the potential. Give me Ganondorf in Mortal Kombat, please. Coming up next, we have John Wick. Yes, absolutely yes. We love John Wick here in my friend groups. John Wick has so much potential, like everybody else on this list. He is a badass, alright? Keanu Reeves needs to be in more fighting games and more games in general, because you can never have enough Keanu. And if you had more John Wick in Mortal Kombat, man, he'd headshot everybody and win that tournament easily. 100%. John Wick would make absolute easy work out of everybody. And he's already got a great fighting style to boot, so he could be great for hand-to-hand and ranged. So absolutely, John Wick should be in Mortal Kombat. We are now down to our final guest character, and one that is deserved and missed out on Mortal Kombat 11. I am, of course, talking about one Ashley Williams. That's right, Ash Williams from the Evil Dead franchise. Oh my god, would I love to see Evil Dead represented in Mortal Kombat. Because we were robbed of this last time. We got that chainsaw, we got that boomstick. And just imagine the fatality potential if we could incorporate the Book of the Dead into this too. And all the Deadites. Man, just think of it. And if we could get Groovy Bruce, aka Bruce Campbell, to voice Ash Williams here again, man, that would just be so fitting, a dream come true. And then, on top of the idea I had earlier of Freddy vs. Jason in a Mortal Kombat game, we can now reenact Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash. Especially, of course, if I had triple threat matches, but we don't really do triple threats or tag teams in Mortal Kombat, do we now, Ed? But man, would that be cool if you could do that. But anyway, that is my list. If you enjoyed, please be sure to leave me a comment below. What guest characters would you like to see in Mortal Kombat? Please do go crazy. Name me some really crazy ones that maybe would never make it, but in your list they would. Sound off in the comments below. Do you like my list? Who would you like to see? Please be sure to leave a like, really helps the channel. Share with your friends, and if you're nice enough, drop a subscribe. But anyway, that's all guys. Peace!
Ding 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 ding